at me. I'm so full of life. Andy, I'm sprightly.
Why?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I had a sleep, feeling awesome, feeling stretched out. You know what it is?
Cocaine!
No! But I took like 1 day away from streaming, and I genuinely feel like the audience is toxic. You know, I feel like I needed to purge so many of you from my system, and I feel great now. I feel great. Like, what do you guys feel about that? Like, do you feel like you're toxic towards me? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Or is it just cocaine? Is it just cocaine? All right, it's cocaine. All right, that's good. It's just cocaine. You're toxic. You're toxic. Purge yourself, pleb. I do. I need to exfoliate. Like, you know, I need like a steam room of the audience for a little bit. You know what I mean? So I can get my waggle on. There is a web show tomorrow. Oh yeah, but it's starting a bit late because Andy's eating eggnog, right?
Drinking eggnog.
What time are we looking at? About 8:30? About half an hour later than
8:30,
normal?
because 8:30 seems like a good way to get out before the kids' bedtime and I don't have to partake.
Nice.
Yeah?
Nice. I like that style. I like that style. I do. So we will have a web show tomorrow because, of course, we had a brand new raid. Oh, we had a brand new raid. There's RP for days in it. I really want to talk about it. Like, we don't have a video series where we can discuss lore stuff. But it's really good. It is really, really good. That's the dream right there. And it was good, wasn't it? It was. They put some cool stuff in there, man. We were flying spaceships, we were shooting lasers. We were doing all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, there was a thing that happened. So tomorrow, like, if you don't know what happens, it's kind of on you, man. It's been out for a while. It's kind of on you. Like, you should know by now what happens. I think so. I don't want anybody shouting at me tomorrow night that, oh, I haven't done it yet. I haven't seen the cutscene yet, right? Because it's out. It's relevant now. It's live, dude. It's all there. So we're going to be talking about it tomorrow. Because Andy's not even finished the raid yet, I don't think.
Did it last night?
Oh, you cleared it?
Yeah.
Did you watch the cutscene?
Yeah.
Save your opinions till tomorrow. Did you like it, though?
Too many questions.
Too many questions. Too many questions. There's too many questions. But that's not why you're here right now. Oh, no. Oh, no. I've got some corkers here. I've got some real corkers with things like I am the scumbag. It involves soccer.
Ew, skip.
I know. It involves soccer. And should we start with a real creepy one? A real creepy one? Do you want to go creepy to start off? Should we set the tone of today with real creepiness?
Did Biorius write this one?
He's in it. He's in it. Let's start with this. If my keyboard will work. Come on, baby. Wireless me. Wireless me, son. I'm 10. And there is a creep. Starring Biorius. No, who shall be our creep? Ooh, who shall be our creep? Let's have Yummy. Yummy the creeper. Let's have Yummy. You can be our creeper. All right, yeah. I'm 10 and there's a creep. Are you ready? You ready? Oh, you all want to be the creep. You see? Toxic, man. I need to cleanse myself a little bit. I need to cleanse myself. All right, then. This is from a lady, right, gents? Keep it proper. Keep it proper. There's a lady involved. Hello, preacher. I tune into Drama Time when I can. And I always get a little giggle over how extreme people can get over World of Warcraft, right? My story took a bit of digging through my own memories of WoW in order to bring you this story, since it happened roughly 9 years ago. Don't worry about that. Look, if you submit to Drama Time, everybody watching it will call it fake regardless. So make up what you want. It don't matter. It don't. Even if it's the God's honest truth, nobody in this toxic pool here, right, will believe a word of it.
These arseholes. Not
a single member of them. Maybe. No, there's not a one. I'm looking and there's not a one. There you go, see. Yeah, no one. I hope you enjoy it, even if the details are a bit lacking. All right. The characters are myself and my female Draenei hunter. And it did have a feminine name. You kind of opened the door for the creeps. You did. You did. You know, you got that tight goat booty. You got the feminine name. You got a pet that you've no doubt called Giggles.
Arse for days.
Cuddle bum. Snuggy chops.
Slinging dick.
Fair enough. And a gnome rogue. A gnome rogue. We're going to call him Yummy. My story begins back in 2009. The tail end of Wrath of the Lich King. I was 10 years old. 10 years old. 10-year-old hunter. In your group. I mean, what do we even do? We've got a 10-year-old hunter in our group, boys. Fuck my life. Fuck my life. I was 10 years old and had just gotten into WoW. After growing tired of another MMO. I'm Googling it. I am. Called Wizard 101. Wizard 101. Alright. Oh, look at this. Star Spell Frenzy. Oh my god. What is it? Is that a card MMO? What is this? New secret boss and gauntlet spells. Burning Rampage. Sacred Charge. Oh, this is the business. Metal Ops. He's a heavy metal Cyclops. Metal Ops. Catch of the day. Sharkman. It removes all positive clover leaves. Dank. This one absorbs 250 fists. I mean, you need that in prison. That's a prison card. I don't know about the clover leaves, though. We are now one colourful blob of wizards. Heather Raven, lol if it works. Pretty good game. Looks awesome, actually. We've got a deck. So it's like a card MMO? That could work, I suppose. Yeah, actually, pretty amazing. Probably one of the best games of all time, right? There you go. I'll do a guide on it later. We'll see how it plays out. It looks like it's really good, though. It looks like it's really... I mean, from Wizard 101 to WoW is a huge leap that I hope we can take in. I remember the first time I had ever heard of World of Warcraft from that episode of South Park, Make Love Not Warcraft. I was drawn in. Then after seeing the Night Elf Mohawk and Ozzy Osbourne commercials, I can't believe, like, out of the... We have read a lot of Drama Times, and those adverts really popped off in terms of getting people to play the game. They nailed it with those adverts. I thought they were cheesy as shit, but that brought loads of people in. I knew I needed to play this game. I begged my mummy to buy me WoW. She promised that after she got paid, she couldn't afford a copy of WoW and you were bitching at her.
Bad son.
Bad daughter.
Bad you.
10 years old. Whining. And you're a girl. God, I bet you were squeaky. Weren't you? Proper ear-piercing whinging. Ugh.
Prick!
Ugh. She promised that when she got paid, she could take me to Walmart and get it for me. And she would set up my account. I didn't know at the time you needed the base game as well. What a pisser. What does it say? Like, I don't know. I don't know what it says. But if you put the Wrath discs in, does it just go, excuse me, you're apparently retarded. You also need to buy the rest of the games as well. Is that what it says? Does it say something like that?
No.
Read the fucking box, bellend. Something like that when it gives you the message. Woefully, my mum drove me back to Walmart to buy TBC and vanilla the next day. That poor mother had to wait to get paid just to buy Wrath and was then in the fucking situation, Blizzard. You brought this on. Where that poor mother had to go back and buy the other games. It's not right, is it? Morhaime. It's not right. You want to fix that. After a bit of confusion, I was finally into WoW. For the first few months, I tried, and I tried to level a Night Elf Druid. I had done research into the game before making my first character, and loved that Druids could turn into cats. Solid research, 10 out of 10. However, after growing frustrated over how long it took me to get to level 80, I gave up, looked for something else. At one point, I met someone in game, and they told me how hunters are typically the easiest class to play. I said thank you, and logged out to make my hunter. I made a Draenei hunter. I should also point out that my main goal was to get to level 55, because there was now a hero class. The Death Knight that looked fantastic. Oh, the Death Knight must look so good to a 10-year-old. Oh, even to a girl. Even to a girl. Them glowing eyes. The Lich King in his armor. All Sauroned up. Saruman's one of them fucking hobbit people. You know. Sauron. That's what I said first. Nailed it.
Well done there, pal.
Thank you. Thank you. I know my J.R.R. Romero lore. My hunter was around level 50 when I ran into Yummy. I was sitting in Darnassus for my dungeon queue to pop, when a friend I had made in the guild I was in at the time asked me if I could help with a few quests. I agreed, and off we went. While we were travelling, Yummy, who was also leveling in the zone, comes up to us, compliments me on my character choice. Thinking he was just being nice, of course, I thanked him. Oh, you replied. Look, guys, if somebody randomly approaches you in WoW and says, you look real fucking good, you look real fucking good, just ignore that person. Just seriously ignore that fucking person. Just don't reply. Don't reply. A second later, he took it to the pink, asking me if I was single. Straight in though, Yummy, right? No fear. Are you single? Are you single? Because you are definitely a chick. No guy would make that character and name that pet that, right? Nobody would do that.
What did they name the pet?
Oh, it's got to be something lame. It's got to be something lame. Every girl who's played WoW, skilled or not, has named their hunter pet something ridiculous. Every single one. That pet is not called Balls Deep. It is not called Balls Deep. It is not. It's Cutie Bum or something. Rainbow. Oh my god, Rainbow? Really? Oh god.
Meow McWhiskers.
McWhiskers is definitely potentially up there. Okay. So he's taking the ping. I refused to respond. And after a few minutes, he just started to spam. Where do you live? ASL. Oh, classic ASL, actually. He then started to complain. His complaints were based on how he felt he had the right to know the answers to the questions. He had a right to know where I lived, how old I was, if I was single, etc., etc., etc. I only replied to him saying that I was 10 and I didn't want to date people I didn't know. Aww. 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 Mummy said don't talk to strangers. So I'm not going to. Mummy said. Mummy said. You told him your age, though. A few minutes passed, but obviously this did not sit well with Yummy. The PM started again. You ready? No one would have to know. His final comment before I tried to shut him down was, there's a winky face with this. There's a winky face with this. Age is just a number, baby. Stab! Burn! Throw the fire! Throw the fire! Throw the fire! Once I saw that message, I just put him on ignore and told my friend to do the same. He would follow us for the rest of our questing, standing around, spamming emotes and whatnot. My friend and I were both getting very, very uncomfortable at this point. I shot her a quick PM, told her I was going to log off and wait for him to leave. She agreed, and we did the same, and we parted ways. I went and had my dinner. 10 years old. I'm gonna go for my beans and sausages now. My chicken nuggets. I logged back on about an hour later, and to my satisfaction, Yummy was nowhere to be seen. I harked back to Darnassus, resumed my spot of waiting for dungeon queues to pop. I hated questing. A lot of walking around and not finding anything. Yeah, that'll be questing for you. All this walking around, being inside the world. What a waste of time. You could just queue up, you know, and you don't have to go anywhere. You could just stay still, and you can look at other things on the internet. Why would I bother moving around or going into something called a zone when I could just stay in Darnassus, of all places, where life is great. It's rich. It's full of people. What a wonderful area. I'm just going to queue for my dungeon. Thank you very much. I quite like Darnassus. There we go. When all of a sudden a message pops up from a player I didn't know. Confused, I obviously asked, "Who are you?" Question mark. Almost immediately I got a reply. "Reconsider." I need a creepier voice for Yummy, don't I? "Reconsider. Please." In all caps.
Do a Mickey Mouse voice.
"Please reconsider." After a moment of more confusion, I immediately realised who this was and blocked that character too. A few minutes passed. It happened again. In all caps. "Please. Oh, please." And it happened again and again. "You're the first girl I've met in WoW." She's 10! You fucking retard. What are you doing? What are you doing? 10! Barely double digits. Just made it over the line. Nerd, man. Freaky nerd, dude. Every time I put him on ignore, he would log off, make a new character, just to harass me. This went on for over a week. I was having none of it. I asked my mum what to do. So I contacted a GM. Oh, mum coming in fucking strong, though. Mum coming in strong. Let me tell you what you do with people like this, right? Let me tell you what you do. We call the popo. Yeah? We call the popo. We call the in-game popo. I never heard from that man again. Oh, feels bad for the GM who has to deal with it. Wait, what? And how long has this been going on? A week? And she's 10. And then they check like the account history, and this guy's got like 50 characters made. They just keep doing it over and over again. I am 19 now, though, and I currently play a Pandaren monk, who I love. I have never had more fun on a healer. Oh, you're healing! You did mature. Oh, that's good news. That's good news, isn't it, guys?
Hey, 19, huh?
19 and healer. Yes.
Married.
Round of applause, actually. Round of applause. We finally got there. See? Eventually we all get there. Easy game. I mean, even if I do low-key miss the WOD style. Was WOD style misweaving with Torpedo? Torpedo healing was fucking well fun. It was so good. I hope you enjoyed my little story, and I hope it makes it the Drive Time Show. Thank you for listening. Side note, I did manage to get my hunter to 55 and made my first DK. I logged in, couldn't do the starting quest, and logged out. Good story. Solid, actually. Very truthful. I like that. I like that a lot. All right. 10. Stop. Stop. Whoever you are. Oh, I'm awfully zoomed in. Look, you can see like my moles and things. Okay. No, that's something that I need to bear in mind.
You ain't got moles.
Emma thinks they're moles.
Mate, look at me. These are moles.
I know, but Emma's booked me in to get checked. She said I've got a new mole on my head.
Fucking hell, man. What's that word for people who think everything's an injury and you need to see a doctor?
Emma.
What's the word, though?
That is the word.
What's it called?
Hypochondriac. Yeah, a little bit. At least she's she's definitely looking at me still, though, which is nice.
Achoo! He's got brain matter in it.
I've got to get checked, boys. I've got to get checked. I've got moles. Okay, the 6'6" baby. All right. So I need 3 girls and a boy. This is a lucky boy. Who's going to be our lucky boy? Where's my girls at? Let's have Taylor. No, not Taylor Swift. I don't think Taylor Swift's on our Patreon. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure. Brunch. Brunch can be a lady. And ooh. Oh. Yeah. Just a cat XD. I'm guessing. I'm just wildly speculating that might be a girl. And Tobias can be our lucky boy for today. Tobias can be our lucky boy. Yeah, we'll just go with I'm just guessing that Just a Cat XD is a girl. Apologies if not. I'm just. It's wild, I know,
Mate,
but I think it
girl
might
or a weeb, which is basically a girl.
If it's all animu, it's all good, right? It's all animu, it's all good. All right then, let's set the scene. Hello, Preacher, and hello, Andy.
Yeah, girl, what up, fam? Shit!
I was ridiculously not expecting that. On so many levels that you actually got a prop glove. Like, how long have you been sat there with that prop glove on?
Ages.
Jesus Christ. That was really terrifying. I know, Taylor, but it's a name that mixes and matches with being a girl, okay?
It's a girl.
No, Taylor's here.
Mate, I can type in chat, I'm a girl, and I'm not.
Here we go. Middle school, ages 11 to 14. I was a small boy. Insecure about my height and weight. Roughly 4 to 5 feet tall. And about 60 to 70 pounds. Now, what's that in English? Is that super skinny or super big? What's that in legal tender?
Proper dump truck.
Is it 70 pounds? That feels small. 70 pounds. 70-pound man. That's just all over the place. I've actually just got naked men now on my internet history. Oh, that's about weight loss. Okay. There you go. We can. That's all. There you go. It's not weird, right? It's not weird.
For a girl, it is.
It's not weird. It's not weird to post those kind of things, right? It's all good. It's not. It's not. You need more naked men. I don't mind. I don't mind. I'll look at a cock all day. I don't give it. Doesn't bother me. I'm a very small boy. I tended to hide away playing video games, getting lost in the games I played. I had friends, and to a degree, I was quite popular because I played on the school basketball team. But my love was always in video games, music. It was the 6th grade when I found WoW at 11 years old. And I was quickly enveloped by the high fantasy world. And it became my life. When I wasn't basketball man, I was video game WoW man. It was my entire life until the beginning of high school, when my second wind of puberty hit with a force. A what? A second wind of puberty? What's that? What's a second wind of puberty? Andy?
What?
A second wind of puberty. What's that?
Not a thing is what that is.
I grew from a measly, a second growth spurt. I just did it all in one, like a fucking man.
Yeah.
You're kidding me? You're kidding me?
It means someone with a weak body, mate, that can't take the change.
Feeble, weak.
Amateurish.
He grew from a measly 5'2" to 6'1". 6'1". Standing 6 deuce over here. In about a year. Then another 5 inches in sophomore. Then my facial hair filled in what seemed in an instant. I knew I had hit the genetic lottery and wasn't cursed by my weak, feeble physical frame. It was odd going from the sickly-looking child to a man in the course of a year or two. And I began to notice that I was being treated differently by my fellow classmates. Girls noticed me. Football players attempted to get me to play the football game. And I joined the football game in my sophomore, junior, and senior year. I became everything that I envied in middle school. Quickly forgot my roots. I stopped playing WoW. And all video games for that matter, because it was for fucking nerds. Girls and friends became way more important to me than my true loves and passions. But even when I became popular, the girls weren't valuable to me. I didn't value relationships with women. I valued relationships with bros. I didn't want to waste my time. It actually has air quotes for this. I didn't want to waste my time being with one girl for too long. All that ended when I turned 17. Junior high school. Yeah. As I said before, I had no interest in staying with one person. I just sought after quick and easy sex. Worked a couple of times. Failed most of the time. But then one girl popped into my life. Taylor. I met Taylor in the winter of my junior year as the snow began to fall on the basketball season. She ran winter track and field. And during the snowy winters of northeastern USA, both the winter track and basketball team would have to share the gym for practice at times. It's getting fucking sweaty in here. It's getting sweaty, boys. Pants off. Yeah? Yeah? Pants off. I was shooting around before practice, you know, throwing in some threes from halfway across the court, like I did. Just messing around when I noticed her walk in through the gym by herself. I'd never seen her around the school before this, because she was a grade lower than me. Typically didn't give a flying shit about younger girls. Immature. You're 17. Not getting with them immature 16-year-old girls, you know what I'm saying, lads? You know what I mean?
No
you know what
way,
I mean? No. Stick to like 17 when you're
Mature puss.
when you're 17. That's when you've got grass on the pitch. 16. What are you into? Dollies and that. Fucking loser.
I'm into dolls.
I found her attractive. She was extremely short and had a very curvy body. This appealed to my macho man side. There's something deep inside me. There's something growing, and I believe it's macho man Randy Savage. I believe he is my animal kin. I need to start a subreddit immediately. Anybody else feel like they're kinned with Macho Man Randy Savage? Because I do. I swear to God, I got out of bed today and I just did a flying elbow into the bathroom. Oh, yeah! I couldn't help but do it. My Macho Man side. I like that. That's pretty good. I decided to approach her. She seemed awkward, and I could tell she wasn't used to being approached this one-to-one. But as I stayed around her, she warmed up to me. Guys, if it ever gets awkward between you and someone you're trying to meet, right? If it ever feels awkward, just stay close, right? Until so, like, you know, when you stand in the sea and the fish grow to accept you, just do that. Just stay real close all the time. Eventually, it'll become normal that you're around, right? Don't be put off by awkwardness or anything. Just stay very, very close at all times. Yeah, ideally you should stare. If you could stare, just get used to it and that'll be fine. It'll be all good. See? I'm just more life advice. There was something different about Taylor. I actually didn't want to slip my cucumber into her salad immediately. No. I wanted to properly court her.
The guy from the fucking film.
I know. When is the story set? Court her? Who says that?
What, before you went off to war? Eh?
I mean, during Prohibition, I need to court her. That's the inner nerdiness, right? Macho Man side just left. It just abandoned ship. There is no way Randy Savage courts Lady Elizabeth, right? But I wanted to properly. No, we're courting. All right, we're courting. Stay with me.
Going steady.
You can't. Yeah, like someone said then, you can't go from two sentences. Say, I want to slip my cucumber into a salad. I want to court her.
Why do you call it a salad?
It kind of looks like a salad.
No, it doesn't.
Well, Emma's is green. Is that wrong? You're looking at me like that's wrong. What about the tomatoes?
Gonna be sick. What the hemorrhoids?
Feta cheese. Okay. All right. So I devised a strategy. We're now strategizing. Definitely a guy. We need to build a strategy entirely around this chick, right? We got to build a strategy. Before every practice, I would find which door she would come through, and then I would talk to her. Eventually, she gave me her number. See? Persistence. It's all about persistence. You know what I mean? But she did start coming to my basketball games and started to cheer me on. You see? No. It's not creep. It's reciprocated. It's not creepy if she says yes. Right? And until that point, persistence. Right? Persistence. I began to like Taylor a lot, which I had never liked the girl the way I... Oh, God. I had never liked a girl the way I liked Taylor before. Her happiness, humour, uniqueness, it pulled me in. And we got very close. Very close. I would drive her home from school. Oh, you've got a car. He's got a car. Every girl is now pregnant. Man's got a car. I would drive her home from school and we would hang out whenever her strict parents would allow me inside the house. That wasn't very frequent, all right? This went on for months and past the end of our respective sports seasons. I had begun revealing my past nerdy side to her. I need you to sit down for this. I used to own computer games. I know. I did. Sonic, Mario, Metroid. I played them all. I did. Zelda. I know, don't judge me. Don't judge me. I mentioned World of Warcraft. She kept questioning me about my past love for video games. Questions like why I stopped in the first place. At the time, I didn't have an answer, but now I know that I became obsessed with my own self-image. We grew closer and closer until we went... Oh, guess where we're going? Eh? This is what you signed up for. Guess where we're going? We are going to go to our school's yearly band trip together. Oh, yeah. That's right.
I thought they were going to go to Pound Town.
No, Synergy. We're going to the band camp. Prom? No, we're going to band camp together. Sports and musical? Talented, yo. Talented. All right. Our school band would go on a trip over the course of 5 days to compete with the school's nationwide... Yeah, this is the line. Our band would go on a trip over the course of 5 days to compete with the school's nationwide in playing in band. It says in banding. I truly have no idea what the fuck they did there. I know that she did try and explain it to me, but I definitely lost interest. It actually says that in parentheses. I definitely... Oh, okay. So, okay. Oh, he didn't get to go. I was sad to see her go and didn't know what I would do with those 5 days. She's gone to band camp without him.
Someone else is taking it a Pound Town.
Somebody else is about to fucking blow that trombone. Yeah. It's gonna bang that drum. Gonna bang that drum. I would barely be able to talk with her. I grew attached to her over the months we had talked. And other than a couple of kisses and a little flirtiness, we were nothing official. I was okay with her leaving, though. I knew she would come back and we would hang out. That was until Taylor and I's mutual friend, Tobias. Enter Tobias, who was on the band trip, broke some news to me. Tobias called me very late at night to talk to me. Said it was urgent. Ah, Tobias is a girl. Hang on, I'm saving Tobias. Let's go with Just a Cat XD. Just a Cat XD called me very late at night, telling me it was very urgent. She told me that Taylor was flirting with a boy in my grade called Tobias. They had sat next to each other on the bus the whole trip. So much so that Taylor barely even spoke to anyone else, including Just a Cat XD. I was devastated, to be quite honest. I didn't freak out. I held it together. I decided I would wait until Taylor came back to talk with her about it. I saw her 2 days later when she arrived at my car at the end of the school day waiting for a ride home. Yeah, boy! Yeah, boy! Whoa! I'm here for the lift. I'm here for the lift. We didn't even see each other during that day. The ride to her home was a solid 15 or 20 minutes, so I thought now would be a good time to have a little talk with her. This conversation is purely from memory, but it went something like this. So, I heard something about you and Tobias, I said as I turned down my popping jams through the radio. I love that you threw popping jams in there. I was rocking. Just for context of the car ride, guys, we have got popping jams coming out through the radio. All right. So he did the talk and turn. Yeah, the talk and turn on the volume dial. Huh? She replied, acted as if she had forgotten what had happened just in the matter of a couple of days. Well, I heard you guys couldn't be separated during the trip. Apparently you sat next to each other on the bus. I mean, yeah, I guess. We're friends, she softly said. But then she quickly followed up. It's all harmless. We didn't kiss. It might have looked flirty, I guess. This is where I began to get frazzled. I could feel the smouldering inside my chest. It's Macho Man! Macho Man's about to come out, man. He's in his chest. Feel that beat. I had to fight off the urge to drive the car into a ditch.
Jesus Christ.
I know. What the fuck? It could have looked flirty. That's it. Suicide. I'm out of it. Fuck this world, man. Fuck this. I'm not doing it. Looked flirty, I'm sure. How is he this insecure? Wait for it. Wait for it. The bomb is coming, and here it comes. You ready for the bomb? Here it is. Why do you care? It's not like we were anything serious. Popping off, actually. Popping off. Oh, my God. She said it so matter-of-factly. So matter-of-factly. It stung me bad. It stung me real bad. It was as if I was sent back to my weak middle schooler frame. The Macho Man had abandoned me. In an instant, I turned the pain into anger. And I got pissed. The smouldering flame inside had consumed me and turned into the devil's domain itself. The rest of the conversation turned into a screaming match, fighting over the legitimacy of our relationship. I considered it very important. I cared for her. But my rationale was that since she showed it didn't matter much to her, I couldn't show her how much she meant to me. Engaged stubbornness. We arrived at her house and we sat there silent for a moment, until I broke the silence by telling her she should probably find another way to get home from school tomorrow. That's right, you just lost your fucking car privileges, girl. You just lost your fucking car privileges. How do you feel now? Are we now not serious? Huh? These wheels don't come for free, Taylor.
No ass, get a bus pass.
She exited my shitbox of a car, and did not turn back as she entered the house. No glance back, Andy. The next day, she had found a new ride. Player! And of course, it was Tobias, who had a better car than me. Oh, no! The play failed. He made a win. Oh, he made the play. He had to go for it. He had to make the play. She started getting rides home from him every day. I was devastated. My friends could tell. And in arrogant high school football player fashion, they decided they would just banter Tobias verbally every time they passed him. Oh, the ultimate high school insult. Looking back, I feel bad now, but then I hated him. I encouraged them to banter him, and at times I took part too. I started to revert back, put up my defences, get introverted. A month passed and our junior prom was coming up, and instead of forgetting about Taylor, I let my emotions fester like mould growing on old bread and went back to my old ways of looking for easy scores. I had no intention of going to prom. I was still bitter, but my pals forced me to go with a girl in our social circle. Brunch. Nobody had dated Brunch. Nobody wanted to date her. She was available. At this point, everyone in our circle knew how I felt about Taylor and knew I didn't want anything to do with another woman. So it was understood that Brunch and I were going to go to the prom as friends. We took our pictures. I even gave her a corsage. Drove to the town hall for our prom, and once we entered, that is when I saw Taylor and Tobias together. Rage was filling me. Brunch, being a proper wingman, ushered me past them to our friends. The night went on and it was slowly getting better until the slow dances began. I had the time of my life.
My mind's telling me no!
And I've never felt this way before. Come back, Taylor. I immediately got upset. I knew everyone else was dancing with someone they wanted, and I couldn't. I was stuck here with Brunch. I was sitting on a chair. Brunch was standing next to me, staring off into the distance. She looked sad as she stared at the crowd of people having some dancing and having fun. Instead, she was stuck there looking after a big 6'6" baby-ass bitch. I felt awful. I realised how I single-handedly was ruining Brunch's night. So I stood up. I took that girl by the hand, asked her if she wanted to dance. She said yes. We danced and I started to feel better, letting loose, cutting a foot, mate, cutting a rug. I began to appreciate Brunch for putting up with all this shit and realised that friends were the score. It was an eye-opening moment for me. We went back to my friend's house after the party and the whole football team and our dates were there. We drank, smoked it up for the rest of the night and had a raging good time. I also, scored with Brunch that night. What possible?
Wait. Shh, shh. Waiting for it, mate, for ages. Even that bird. Like a dog.
Get off me. You've had a glove and music today. You've got so many fucking props ready for the show. Now, I'm not encouraging smoking the devil's lettuce. But I believe it helped me that night in Stick It to Brunch. I mean, there's some advice. So there's a little bit of advice for you. Months later, moving into my last summer in high school days, I would eventually start a relationship with Brunch, which to this day, around 4 years later, they're still together. We're going to college together in the city. I began playing WoW again this past summer as we both, this past year, have gotten jobs that can support us enough without parents. We're happy together and I now realise if it wasn't for Taylor and that cunt Tobias, I would never have met the true woman of my dreams. The brunch. Taylor and Tobias only lasted a few months until Tobias found a girl he found more suiting for himself. All in all, I hope you enjoyed my story. I'm looking forward to the next opportunity. Doors will always be right in front of your face. I'll see you at BFA. Oh, what a baller, right? I think props go to brunch. Props for brunch. That was our girl there. That was our girl. Let's have a newbie story. Yeah, boy. Yeah. 7 years. 7 years. Right, I think we do the names going through this one. Yeah, brunch is the carry, actually. Delete them for when we need them. Good stuff. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go straight into it. A rough beginning. Hollow Preacher and a furious Tauren fist to Ghosty.
Top of the morning to you, you bastard! Irish mate. Yeah?
Where have all the props come from? I mean, we just put all the props into the garage. We've
Trade
literally
secrets.
just archived all of the props. They've all been
Trade
put into
secrets,
storage.
mate.
I am writing to you from Hamburger Heaven. We call Southern California. I'm Googling it. That's made me excited.
SoCal.
A SoCal Big Burger.
Don't they put pineapple or some fruit shit on a burger in SoCal?
Jesus H. Christ.
Nice.
The East Bay Burgers. I love that another burger. It's just the accessory that goes with that burger. I mean, that's just that's pretty insane. That's glorious actually. That's beautiful. Winning, I know. That's a big thing. Anyway, this is a story of my journey through some of my earliest MMO days in the Wild West of RuneScape. And of course, Maple Story. Now, I've never seen Maple Story either. Like, I love it when you guys bring these games to me. Maple Story. Is that an MMO? Is this an MMO? This looks Weibo. Is this Weibo? It's Weibo, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Comedy-sized mushrooms? Definitely. That's maximum Weibo. Alright, okay. And that granddaddy! World of Warcraft! From a boy, I had a hardcore commitment to my gaming regimen, yeah? Keeping it young, keeping it proper. Every day I would come home, finish my schoolwork ASASSP, and then gain permission to spend the rest of my night, usually about 9 or 10 p.m, playing PS1, Final Fantasy Tactics, Medieval, Soul Reaver, all the edgy hardcore games with a T rating. So naturally over the summer of 2003, when I heard of an online computer game that could be played with friends called RuneScape, where you could make your own badass weapons and armor, I was in. This wouldn't last though. Having years of experience playing hardcore games put me in a clearly different league than the rest of my scrub, fuck off friends. Also, their incredibly potato computers meant I spent a lot of time fishing by myself because I felt guilty doing anything productive if they were offline. They were casuals. You hate to see it, don't you? When friends go casual. You know, you grew up with them, you played in the schoolyard, and then you learn that they're casual. They have 60 AP. 60. Now. AK-54 with 60 AP. on their main. I don't know, man. After about a year of wasting time and learning the intricacies of some of the lighter MMO scams, gold and service scamming, World of Warcraft the MMO was announced, and I felt ready to set out on my own. I had spent enough time waiting around for others to progress, and would set out on my own, not asking anyone for help like a cool guy. It was time that I left my friends behind. With that in mind, I felt learning to let go was an important part of this change. So I gave my RuneScape character to my closest friend at the time, who shit himself with joy when he saw how much gold and fishing skill I had. Oh yeah. Look at that fishing skill, yeah? Dream of that fishing skill. Fucking pagel rods. What? Idiots. To his credit, he was grateful for, and dropped his character immediately to main mine the rest of his RuneScape career. And so I was ready to begin preparation for my journey into Azeroth. I knew it would be like nothing I had experienced before. A huge world full of the heroes and monsters that until now I had only seen glimpses of over my uncle's shoulder as he played Warcraft 3 on Battle.net with his work friends. Being the hardcore swag gamer uncle he was, he noticed my sudden and intense interest in his games and also decided it was time to prepare. Computers weren't cheap back then, like now, right? But when I inherited a huge Sony Vaio, he was ready to be rid of with a copy of Warcraft 3 installed and ready to play. I considered my course set. For the next few months, I powered through the RTS campaign, got my feet wet with custom game lobbies, including Huge Boobs Come DL and Azure TD Hentai version 1. You're full weebo, aren't you? Come on, you can tell us. You can tell us. We know. We know. We know, don't we? Alas, my training would be for naught. WoW was released and I found out it had a subscription fee. Even though back then it was only $10 a month compared to the $15 it is today. The fact that it was another bill to pay each month meant I could not convince my father to pay for it. And my uncle just wasn't that swag. I appreciate them both a lot more for it. However, this meant I was unable to play WoW, except with free trial cards, which I would get by trade leveling services in RuneScape. It was not meant to be. My first journey into WoW was relatively short. I started with the classic Dwarf Hunter, like the commercial. I wanted the bear. I thought guns did more damage than bows or axes. Science, right? Good science. The WoW sub price has changed. It changed a few years ago.
What are you on about?
WoW changed its sub price. It went up a while ago.
Ages ago.
Ages ago, but it did change. Noobs. Andy.
What?
Get a load of these guys. Alright. I feel like there's a prop coming.
There ain't no prop coming. It's not a fucking work pledge.
Why have you got that glove? Where is it from? You look like the BMX kids.
Right?
You look like you belong in a cartoon like Arthur. Oh, you look like a Vanilla Ice music video. Anyway.
Something against Vanilla Ice?
I have nothing against Vanilla Ice. I wanted the bear. I thought guns were more damage than bows or axes. Dwarves were the toughest looking ally race. If I wanted to switch to melee, it was perfectly viable. And they had beards. Glorious beards, flowing beards, braided beards. My swag uncle's nickname is Blackbeard. Yes, like the pirate. Because he is a terrifying looking motherfucker when he wants to be. So there you go.
It's a dwarf.
But back to my Odyssey. I spent the early days learning the starting area like the back of my hand. I slew ice wendigos and demons in a nearby cave. Oh, what's that place called? The dwarf starting area. I'm not looking. I think it begins with K.
Ain't it Dun something?
No. Dunmorrow is the whole zone.
Is there something else called Dun?
But the starting area is called something else.
Gorathi.
I haven't played Alliance in like 12 years. I'm certainly not starting a dwarf.
Karnos.
Karnos is the town.
Coldridge Valley.
Coldridge Valley. There we go.
I knew I'd get it.
You're really clever.
Right, I tried.
I slew ice wendigos and demons in a nearby cave. Ran the scalding brew quest about 10 times because I didn't understand buff timers. And just about blew every copper I earned trying out different weapons and ammo types. And made sure I got the most badass looking brown bear I could find. It was a beautiful time, Preacher. I was so happy just to be able to log in and see my character running around, telling me he needed to get into range, having others tell me to take my bear off aggro. I didn't understand what it meant, but I always told them that I had. Fucking smirt, actually. Smirt. I quested with random people I met in the world. Everything was going great until I was told about Ironforge. In my few weeks as a trial, I did learn that other players were vital to the success that this world was designed, so no one hero could conquer it single-handedly. So I asked around until I learned that the capital city of the dwarves was named Ironforge. And it was there I could meet the largest amount of players, raiders, and perhaps even guild leaders. Can you imagine meeting a real guild master? Like, in-game. Can you imagine what that would be like? Maybe if I proved my worth, I thought. It wouldn't matter that I'm only a trial. I'll be able to play with other players and go on epic adventures that I knew other people were having. Perhaps if I met the right guild master. After checking my in-game map and not seeing Ironforge in the immediate vicinity, I decided it would be my first task to explore and find it. Oh God, Fog of War. It's been a long time since my maps had covered areas on it. Like, add-ons remove it now, right?
Did WoW have Fog of War?
On your map, yeah, until you visited an area, yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, like...
Yeah, like, if you go through the tunnel at Coldridge to Karanos, you can't see Ironforge.
No, you can't.
But you can now, because I think add-ons just reveal it, don't they?
I don't think they do.
I'm pretty sure they do.
That's naughty.
Did they remove it, or do add-ons just reveal it? I'm not sure which one's happening. Did they just flat out remove it so you can see the entire map these days? Can anyone do that? It still has, but you can see the capital city. There you go. Okay, cool. I'm not sure how that works. I've not seen it in a long time. Okay. I decided it would be my first task to explore it and find it. Explore I did. For days. For days I would log in to walk up and down the entirety of each area until I found possible paths to this Ironforge. After following them a suitable time and deciding that they were not the correct way to go, or more likely getting destroyed by something way over my level, and deciding it was the wrong way, I would return back to Coldridge and start again. Finally, though, it happened. On a Saturday, I started early morning. By the afternoon, I was about ready to turn back when I opened my map to find a huge Ironforge icon newly placed on it. I was ecstatic. I think it was 4 or 5 days it had took me to find this point in the map. I could hardly contain myself. I raced straight towards the icon. In my haste, I hadn't realised I had somehow ended up around the back of the city, but I was too excited to care, and I didn't know where the entrance was. I stood at the bottom with a huge jagged cliff. I decided that it was a defense tactic for a capital city. And we would have to scale this like Mount Olympus to meet the heroes that had made the journey before me. Up the mountain I would go. It took me a long time, and along the way I ran out of the last of my supplies. My pet had gotten hungry and run away. That's that bear that he wanted. I was low on ammo, and I noticed a suit of yellow and red armor under my map informing me I needed repairs. I did reach the top of that mountain, and I was greeted by a perfectly flat, towering, unscalable wall. When I tried to go around it, I fell down the mountain. I logged off, deleted my character, and quit the game on the spot. I went back to RuneScape. I went back to my friends. They were also using their new inherited computers for an online MMO called MapleStory. Free to play. Terrible anime graphics, edgelord ninja class. I was genuinely excited to play it. And so I spent the next couple of years with that group, having small dramas until sophomore year of high school, when being a closet nerd suddenly became cool. But here is the break point in my story, Preacher. I will return to WoW, but I will catch up with it at a later date. Can you imagine what that guy felt like climbing that mountain, jumping up it? He's lost his pet. He's got no bullets left, and then he just gets hit with the Ironforge wall. And as soon as he tries to turn around a corner, he just falls down the mountain. Oh, don't feel sad. That's really funny. And he does come back. He does come back. But oh my god, the newbie stories are the best. The newbie stories are the absolute best. You guys fucking crack me up. You do. You fucking crack me up. I'm not even seeing how it's sad. 2 years he gave up on the game. 2 years he went to MapleStory. MapleStory. went back to the Weeb game. It is so sad. It's so sad, but it is kind of funny. That is why we have flying mounts, of course. It could have all been solved if we'd just given every flying mount. Right? If we got a flying mount at the start of the game, that's when it would have been alright. That's when it would have been alright. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of this week's Drama Time. And Emma is going to be with you in about 3 hours. And then me and Hero over there are going to be with you tomorrow night for the web show, talking all that on Taurus and all that good stuff. It is a cruel world we live in. Ironforge sometimes... This is why Blizzard said... Most people, this is a true story, this is a true fact. Most people who make a World of Warcraft account never make it past like level 10. It's too much. They don't know what to do. Like, it's too goddamn overwhelming. You guys don't realize who are all into it, but loads, like, I would imagine, like, it must be 70% of the people who tried WoW fail in the first 10 levels. They just fall apart and they can't do it. Like, that's crazy. That's why it's also, like, easy now. Plebs. I know, that should be the cutting off point. If you can't make it past level 10, you're not supposed to make it. Right? If you can't make it past level 10, you're not supposed to make it. Take the hint. Take the hint. It was not for you if you can't make it. Have a wonderful weekend. If I'm not seeing you tomorrow at the web show or cracking a beer open with you, do something cool with your weekend, guys. Thank you for a wonderful week. I will see you again tomorrow. And if not, I'll see you again on Monday. All right, guys. Thank you very, very much. Bye, all of you. Say bye. Peace.